everyone, my name is Anneke Van Rossum, and I am one of your co-hosts of this Green Jeans podcast, but you're going to get a short little mini episode from just me today. Maya, my other co-host, my mother, is off traveling right now around Florida, talking about the important Green Amendment message, so that's really exciting, but I'm just going to give you guys a short little episode today. Just a reminder for those of you who may not know what we are about. Usually, this is a mother-daughter duo podcast where we talk about important social and environmental justice issues, because a lot of the things that my mom's generation and activists who have been around for decades have been screaming alarm bells about issues for decades, that of course now my generation is kind of also freaking out about and trying to be like, this is where the rubber meets the road, guys. So we talk about it through a generational perspective, what she had to go through, what I had to go through. And just a reminder, if you really enjoy this podcast, if you enjoy the work we do, if you just like the environment, please be sure to go to one of the below links and donate to either Delaware Riverkeeper Network. That is an organization that works in New York, PA, New Jersey, and Delaware, the 4 watershed states of the Delaware River, to protect it, and protect it for the drinking water of the over 17 million people who rely on it and everybody in that watershed. So if you're in the watershed, feel free to donate. Also, there's another link for Green Amendments for the Generations, which is a national movement where we are working to get constitutional environmental rights in every state constitution, which if you don't know what that means, the gist of it is getting your right to breathe clean air, have pure water, and a healthy environment as powerfully protected and enforced as your right to free speech, property rights, all those important things that we know just how important they are. So both those links are at the bottom in the episode description. And if you like what we're talking about, please give us a rating wherever you are listening to. A good rating would be preferred, but whatever rating you'd like, and share it around. So today it will be just me. So I'm going to do a little mini episode for you guys, and just talking about this news report that came out addressing that these 10 celebrities, also I guess there's some other ones because it has to do with water, but basically celebrities that are big climate offenders. And I do have to say, sorry to pick on her, but Kylie Jenner was described in one article as a climate criminal. And that was based off of she took a 17-minute private jet flight so she would avoid 45 minutes of traffic. And I just really love that phrase, climate criminal. I think that we should use it for so many more people, and it really is the epitome of rich privilege, the epitome of not thinking about your impact. This is not to shame anybody who has to take a flight for work. So many people have to do that. So many people have to take flights to spread important messages, but a 17-minute flight to avoid a 45-minute car ride is really ridiculous and so unnecessary. And we know that celebrities have their private jets, so they kind of just go off on a whim whenever they want. And so that, of course, leads to big climate emissions. So this news, and the top 10 celebrities, and I think this is in order of it's like how many gallons of jet fuel per hour. So from top to bottom, the 10 are Taylor Swift with 2,971.50, Drake with 2,904.25. Remember, these are all gallons per hour of jet fuel. Floyd Mayweather, Puma/Jay-Z. Okay. Kim Kardashian, A-Rod, Steven Spielberg, Mark Wahlberg, Blake Shelton, and Jack Nicklaus. Nicklaus? Nicklaus. I'm so sorry. So that's a total in 2022, it says that's a total of 3,722 tons of CO2 that they emitted alone. So that's actually that's 482 times more CO2 than the average American. And it said the average American emits about 16 tons per year. So 16 tons per year for all of us average people versus 3,722 tons of these celebrities. 482 times more CO2 than the average person. And so I just find that absolutely shocking. And another thing that this news report touched on was the water crisis in California, and how the governor has been setting limits on that to fend that off. And a lot of celebrities are actually the big offenders for going over their water limit. And one such offender is NBA star Dwayne Wade. And he exceeded his water budget by more than 90,000 gallons. And he stated the problem was due to a problem with his pool. And I think it's really hard to fathom, obviously, as a young person. And I'm going to take this minute to say, so many of us young people right now are at these critical stages in life where some of us are living at home, some of us are just moving into apartments, some of us have found life partners, some of us are figuring that out. Finances are a big thing for all of us, and actually a lot of us are trying to, not actually take those bigger paychecks because the work has to be done, or the work is really important, or maybe, do everything we can every day to make this world a better place and to leave this planet better than we entered it. So to hear that you went over your water budget because of a problem with your pool is really difficult. So that's the breakdown of those. And then the article also does go in to talk a little bit about, again, this is a mini episode, so I'm not going to dig super into it. But also talking about Kim Kardashian was also an offender with 232,000 gallons over her water limit. And then it was also just a little bit talking about her and Kourtney with their various brands and kind of how they greenwash their products or actually what they're doing. And I think that one hits me really hard too. And I think my moral of this whole episode is just going to be that, uh, thank goodness we do have so many celebrities that are contributing their time, their notoriety, their reach, and frankly, very importantly, their dollars towards helping to stop the climate crisis, to helping empower communities, to helping empower different nonprofits that are on the ground doing the work. And there are celebrities, we will give credit where credit is due. There are celebrities who have brands and who have products, and they work really hard to make sure that those products are sustainable, that they are practicing what they preach. But it definitely, hearing about the Kardashians specifically, having they have so much money and they have so many brands, and it really is, if they just put their initials on something, so many people are going to buy it. And to me, that comes with a greater responsibility of when you say you're going to be sustainable, when you say this product is going to be made of recycled material or reused material, do it. And, I don't think that there's any reason that they can't do it. I think that they have the money, the resources, the people in their lives that they can talk to or that they can, go consult with to make sure those products are actually what they're saying they are. So greenwashing to me, when celebrities do this and they have so much access and so much money, is even more harmful to the climate crisis. Because there are so many people, so many small brands, so many startup companies, so many startup businesses that are actually putting, comparatively more of their money into creating that sustainable product, to practicing what they preach. And they're not getting picked up because everybody's going to these big brands of these celebrities that they like and they trust, and so the dollars are going there. So those dollars are going more towards these products and these things that just aren't sustainable and aren't good for our planet, versus supporting these smaller businesses that are really trying to do that and really trying to make that difference. So I think my thing is, it's very difficult, obviously, for us as fans of any celebrity to get in touch with them. You always hope your poster gets seen at a concert, or that fan letter or that comment gets noticed. But leave the comment, write the letter, go to, I think we've all seen the Harry Styles. Everyone's going to Harry Styles with their signs. Go to the next concert. Taylor Swift's the biggest jet fuel emitter, the biggest CO2 one on that. Go and, say, Taylor, when's your, why don't you take a electric car instead of your jet? I don't really know what the alternative would be. But Taylor, why don't you fly less? Why don't you do that? Kim, why don't you actually make your products recyclable instead of just telling us and not actually doing it? So this news article breaks a lot of that down. But just this mini episode, and I think really I just wanted to get on here and kind of encourage you guys that, again, we are all small people in this world, but when we come together, we create a really big message, and there's never anything to say that you or me or your neighbor can't make a difference in a myriad of ways, especially with the access to the internet now. Any message can be picked up and amplified 10 times more. So I really just thank you guys for tuning into this episode. Thanks for listening to my little rant. Um, but yeah, encourage celebrities to do better, encourage people in your life to do better. I hope if any celebrities are listening to this, you guys do better. And yeah, thank you for joining my mom and I on this podcast journey. Really means a lot to us when we started doing this. And for those that do listen, I just want you to know we really believe in what we do, and we kind of share this in hopes that it connects with somebody else, and maybe we put that extra piece of information in your brain during the day or inspire you to be an activist in your own way, like we always say. So I hope it has that effect on people, and please share it. Let us know what you think. And follow us on Instagram at Green Jeans Pod. And yeah, again, a reminder, there are 2 donation links for Delaware Riverkeeper Network and Green Amendments for the Generations. If you like what we do, give us a good 5-star rating. And yeah, I guess we will see you all next time.